Well, that wasn't hard, was it? Okay, I'm an artist.
Tell me about your art, T.
Well, to tell you about my art, you need to experience my art. My art is experiential and conceptual. It's about the moment and responding to stimuli, alla prima. Does that tell you about my art?
She looks down. She thought it was a clever question.
What does she say now?
To be, art is to be. I'm a hungry bitch. Maybe my nipples should be hard for every meeting. There's a haunted house nearby. Did I mention that?
No, but I've heard about the Screaming Brain.
The Screaming Brain?
Yes, the Screaming Brain.
The Screaming Brain!
The
Screaming Brain! The Screeching Brain!
The voice... Oh, it's you, isn't it?
You are
the voice echoes on.
And on.
And on, and on,
And
and
on,
on,
and
and
on,
on,
and
and
on,
on,
and-
and... Everything slows to a frame by frame. Stop motion, ocean of ideas. Fear is felt as the brain screams. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Stop shouting at me.
Stop shouting at me.
Must be a type. What is shouting?
It must be a typo. I think it's meant to be shouting. We'll swap parts here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Nobody's shouting. Let's move on.
And then there is two. This is my script. I imagined I was there and I was on the stairs up to the second floor. They stopped.
She stopped when he asked. She turned around to face him. The light had faded and he could just make out the form. Her shapeless body, all bones and skin.
She looks at him. He stares at her. She says she is shy, and she is. Her hand covers her mouth. She can't stop grinning. She is shy.
Part the lips, he asks. She does as he requests. He is the camera. He takes the shot. His memory is almost full, but space is found to store the images he collects.
The moment is over. He pushes past her and leads the way. She follows, his mind ablaze. She follows. The second floor is almost empty except for the paintings on the wall and the white rocking chair. I imagined I was there, and I was.
Sit here, he snaps. The camera, his mind, snap.
She is shy, but her confidence builds. She sees the effect she has on him. He looks at her, legs weak, knees bent, a message sent in no uncertain terms.
What do you want, he asks. What do you want? He holds her head up and makes her look at him. Her eyes fight back. She looks away as if to say, I'm shy.
He holds her gaze as if to say, don't ever look away. She settles, eyes locked, his hand firm around her neck, her jaw. He holds her head up high.
What do you want? He asks again.
Nothing, she says, nothing.
What do you want? He asks again. Repetition used as a defense.
Nothing, she repeats, nothing. I want nothing.
He takes a stubbed out cigarette and writes the words. What do you want? He asks. She says nothing in charcoal ash on the blank wall. Get me my pencils, please.
She responds immediately and leaves.
What do you want? Nothing. I have it all, he thinks. What more do I need, he thinks.
She brings the jar of coloured pencils and he begins to draw and write, and she is right there. Nothing, she whispers in his ear. I want nothing.
He hears the words, but he knows the truth. She wants it all, just as he does. He understands her need to please.
Nothing, she repeats.
Snap! A flash of light.
Captured, caught.
Nothing.
Naught.
So what's...
So what's going on here, T? Explain this piece to me.
He looks at his eye. He looks at the work and his eyes widen. Okay. This piece is a piece of the puzzle. The puzzle pieces are laid out in the order of the way they go together. Lined up next to each other, not yet connected. Disconnected. Unconnected. Separated by space.
It all started with a dot, then a line in all directions at different times over time. We have a lot of spare time here as humans. What do we do with it?
It is wasted.
Can time be saved?
So the lines connected to dots, and the dots expand. Every start starts something, and it continues long after the deed is done.
Indeed, the deed is to stay alive, but not just to survive.
We start a lot of things without understanding the consequences. And staying alive is not always an option.
I'm alive now.
Yeah, so am I.
Hi. I am I. Big I.
The little letter I. It's a symbol, a glyph. There is a dot above the line. I. The big I is a longer, bigger line, clipped at both ends. Big Eye stands tall. Little Eye is short and small. That little voice inside us all.
I'm O. O is the all-knowing, all-encompassing universal truth.
Oh.
Straightforward so far.
The line is heading towards the point. This is symbolic of man heading towards a point which none of us can see. We know the point is there, we just don't know what the point is.
The point is a dot.
The dots connect to make a line, and the lines cross.
This is a 3-stage process, symbolic of life as it expands to form a complex web of strands.
The rule of 3.
You're losing me.
The rule of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 is the being. 2 is the being, and 3 is seeing the being be. Your self-awareness.
I have a mole on my butt. You know what that means?
No. No. What does a butt mole mean?
In the villages, they consider it a mark of the devil, a curse.
And Niwa, really? Let me see.
She is lying on the thin mattress and she pulls her black pole shorts down with her underwear. She attempts to show her ass, but discovers the shorts restrict her movement. She gets on to her knees and takes the shorts and underpants off as she kneels, then goes down on all fours, reaching behind her to spread her butt cheeks. He sees the mole. It is rather large and misshapen.
Wow, you have a mole in your butt.
I'm cursed.
Yeah, we all are. I mean, that's why we're here.
I seem to have forgotten what I did.
Oh, clearly it was enough to get you a mole in your butt. Sentenced to life on Earth with a butt mole. There's one for you.
Sentence, a string of words to make sense of a concept. A sentence being a string of days to be confined in a space designed to punish and separate, contain, imprison.
I sentence you to writing a sentence. I sentence you to writing a novel, a way to punish kids. 100 lines. Do you remember getting lines given to write?
You can get my next one.
I must not talk in class. I must not do what I just did. I must not draw the devil. I got given lines all the time. It was my punishment at school. Detention and lines, both sentences.
He was still looking at her ass, and she had made herself comfortable, bum in the air. She was down on her chest, bum up, cheeks spread. He'd stood up now, walked to the window. Leaning back against the wall, he watched her. He began to touch his nipples. His penis hardened and twitched. It felt good. He lets out a slight shudder, groan, a soft moan.
Are you masturbating over my mole?
Yes.
Actually, read that line too.
Well, not your mole exactly, your arse, and the fact you're opening it up to me, for me to see.
Her vagina is wet. There is a glistening strip between the lips. He stops touching himself and sits back down close to her. He is on the floor, she is on the mattress. He places a hand on her arse and feels the warmth of her skin. He moves his hand and touches her labia and opens up her vagina. It is bright pink against the brown skin. Wet, slimy, shiny wet. He lets the lip go and it smacks back and it snaps back tight.
Lips smack.
I must not smack her. I must not look at lips. I must not look at what is shown to me. I must not look. I must not draw what it is I see.
He touches the flat back mole with hair growing from parts of it. Wispy, black, fine hairs. Have you had this checked?
You're checking it now.
He smiles at her humour.
No, I just know it's there. I think it may have grown.
No, you need to get it checked.
Hello, doctor. Yes, I'd like to check my black butt mole. Has it grown?
I'll take a picture and we can monitor it. Keep an eye on it.
Do you really think this is actually hell and we can't escape?
Yes, and I don't think we can escape intentionally. There is no way out but to live for full life, and then, perhaps, there was redemption. For me, I think my crime was so bad that I'm stuck here for eternity. I committed the ultimate misdemeanor, the sin of sins.
Like the riddle of all riddles.
Oh, what's that?
The riddle of all riddles, the ultimate riddle where everything is the answer.
Yeah, but what is it?
Okay, ready?
He nods. She continues.
You have got to get into it to get out of it. And you have to get out of it to get into it.
You have got to get into it to get out of it, and you have to get out of it to get into it.
Yeah, you have got to get into it to get out of it, and you have to get out of it to get into it.
You have to get in to get out of it.
If you are out of it, you will get into it.
And if you're into it, you will get out of it eventually. I got into shit when I was young, I still do. I get into shit all the time.
And you are out of it now?
Yes.
He picks up his drawing book, flips to a clean page, and begins to draw her bum, M for man, the shape of things to come.
She doesn't move.
He draws the shape he knows so well, the detail.
I must not look at what is shown. It's not polite to stare.
He stares and draws.
Oh, you need to look to see what is there. If you don't look, you don't know what to draw. Drawing is easy when you look. When you study the object before you... I am objectifying you.
I know.
This is where it always starts.
Change scenes. We are in a boardroom in Auckland City. People gathered about a presentation board.
It starts on page 1, but page 1 has not been reached as yet. Page 1 will begin when we start shooting. This is the stuff that goes before. This is the boring stuff that gets cut from the film before we start to shoot it. So we don't waste our resources, the precious few that we have.
What we do have here is a detailed explanation of the storyboard, what goes before, what happens next.
He stands next to the graphic images.
This is what went before, this is what happens next.
I want to give up. I've started and it started well and good, and now I want to give up.
He enters the studio gallery, Sagilid. Sagilid means next to in Tagalog, the language of the Philippines. Sagilid is next to Sagio, and Sagio is a bar, cafe in Makati.
Makati is the business district of Manila.
He enters the studio, he has none left, he is being forced to give up.
No, he feels like giving up.
Actually I haven't, here we go. I lie here now, in Sagilid. I am Sagilid, next to you.
I am you, I am next to I, right here.
Next to Sagio.
On Gio Street off Sacred Heart and Bagdican in San Antonio village in Makati, Manila, Philippines.
I have the lead. That's you.
I have the lead actress. There is just me and her. We sit together. She's in love with Stan. Stan is an image of desire. Stan is on Skype. He speaks to her and she answers him. It seems he knows her well. She's clearly a fan of Stan. The question is Stan a fan of hers, or is she a stalker? It's just an idea.
Actually, if you read this whole...
Yeah.
And I'll read Jaya.
Okay. I need a cast and crew, equipment too. A few lights, cameras, good food. We must have food to feed the crew, and costumes, sets. We cuddle and whisper ideas to each other.
The bed is made in the Philippines. It has the traditional lattice weave, a modern frame.
This is where a white stuffed futon mattress on the bed. Oh, there is a white futon mattress on the bed. There is a cover in a Japanese style.
There is a satin pillow.
There is a lighter pink in colour, fluorescent.
There's a packet of 20 Marlboro cigarettes, white, a white packet, an open sketchbook, a pen is on the bed, an Apple MacBook Pro.
Music playing, protest, process, image of flesh and body, fresh sushi. I am half of what I know to be whole.
Watch out for the hole, see the hole, look into the hole, to hole up here.
I was taken to the hospital when I was 17. I was convinced to go looking for the lost testicular object. They found it while I was anaesthetised and they decided to cut it out. I lost my ovary that day.
I am now less than half of what I was. I am no longer woman. I am only man. Just man.
Just man.
I am just. So I haven't actually written. Where I am is just assigning characters and tightening it from where it was.
Cool.
So that's a So what that is that's a relationship between. So it starts with a relationship between this old man, artist, who has this kind of slightly weird relationship, but quite sweet relationship with this. Which is actually not sexual.
Yes.
Even though they're drawing and they're looking and they're
just platonic.
it's quite platonic.